So this is a really important topic, gut health and metabolism, and it's something that over the past 15 years has really become more and more popular, which is amazing. And essentially, we are more bacteria than we are human. We probably have up to 100 trillion bacterial cells in the body and only maybe 10 trillion human cells. And there's a lot of debate on if those numbers are actually accurate, but despite whether they are or not, it does show the importance of good gut health, which is the healthy bacteria. They're almost like worker bees. They're working for you. And they do all kinds of things. So let's get into those things. Good gut health seems to raise metabolism, improve brain function, lower inflammation. So let's talk about metabolism. So regulation of appetite and energy expenditure. Gut bacteria produces metabolites that signal to the brain and endocrine system, influencing appetite, energy expenditure, and overall metabolism. So what I think is happening with some of my clients that have poor gut health, they actually can increase their caloric intake because they're feeding bad bugs in their gut. And it's possible that there might be some feedback loop between the gut and the brain, that if you have too many bad bacteria or yeast or whatnot, they're actually causing you to overeat and gain weight. The next is the production of short-chain fatty acids. So there are different types of short-chain fatty acids, but essentially this promotes satiety, reducing inflammation, and improving insulin sensitivity. Breaking down of carbs. Gut bacteria breaks down carbs into short-chain fatty acids, which is utilized for the body for energy. Synthesis of vitamins and nutrients. People don't know this, but it's really interesting that you need certain bacteria in your gut to break down vitamins. So for example, this contributes to the synthesis of B12, vitamin K, which are important for metabolic processes. And hormone regulation. Gut bacteria can influence the production of hormones such as leptin and ghrelin, which play a huge role regulating appetite and metabolism. So let's get into the impact of the microbiome on metabolic health. So an imbalance in gut microbiome is known as dysbiosis. Some doctors and scientists talk about you probably need 80 to 90% really healthy bacteria in the gut, and maybe only 10 to 20% of the stuff that's not that good. And that's kind of the balance that we're all shooting for, somewhere along those lines. And so if you do have dysbiosis, which is far too much bad bacteria and not enough good, obesity is one of the symptoms. So dysbiosis can increase the production of metabolites that promote weight gain and reduce energy expenditure. Type 2 diabetes is another one. Dysbiosis can impair insulin sensitivity and increase the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And the last one, metabolic syndrome. Dysbiosis can contribute to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and increase inflammation, which are components of metabolic syndrome. Okay, so gut health. How do we attain really good gut health? And so here are different things that you can start to work into your lifestyle. Number one, eat more prebiotic fibers like root vegetables, veggies, fruit. Soluble fiber and root veggies, vegetables, and fruit are really important because they're prebiotic fibers that feed healthy bacteria. And then on the other hand, when you eat processed foods, when you eat sugar, when you eat white bread, those type of foods do the opposite. They feed the bad bacteria, or they feed candida or yeast. Number two, more diversity of foods are better. The average American eats about 10 to 12 of the same foods every single day. If you can have 30 or 40 different types of foods, fruits and vegetables and proteins, etc., you're going to have a healthier gut. Eat probiotic foods, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, yogurt. Those are all really good because they have a diverse bacteria profile. Apple cider vinegar should be on here too. That's another one. Exercise, stress, sleep all affect the gut. They can either make it better or worse. Avoid chlorinated water. Non-organic food is the other thing. So as far as the organic label, it's as good as we got right now. It's not a perfect label, but trying to eliminate herbicides, pesticides, fungicides from your diet that's sprayed all over produce, it's a problem because it's going to affect your gut. So do the best you can, eat organic. Probably the best quality food of all foods is buying from a local farmer's market. And you can talk to your farmer or whoever the representative is there, and they can just tell you, if they use pesticides or whatnot. And that's a great way to support your local community, but it's also a way to make sure nothing damages the gut. So not only do we want to put some good stuff in, but we don't make sure that we're not putting bad stuff in as well. Take antibiotics only when necessary. So doctors are starting to change this, not only because of antibiotic resistance, but because it's damaging our gut health. So if it's an emergency, it's an ER situation, yes, taking antibiotics makes sense. But now doctors are a lot more conservative with antibiotics because it does affect gut health and it does affect your metabolism. Of course, it can cause you to gain weight. So these are things that you have to balance out and speak to your doctor about. Getting a pet. This is one of my favorite parts. It's crazy. I was listening to a lecture and one of these doctors was talking about how dogs or cats, they make you happy, not only because the emotional aspect, but also they change your microbiome because they're carrying a diverse set of bacteria that you're going to essentially absorb. It's pretty interesting. So when pets make you happier, that could actually be one of the reasons why, because your gut actually gets healthier. If you've enjoyed this video so far and found it helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to join our growing community for more health tips. And if you think a friend or a family member could use a boost in their health journey, go ahead and share this video with them. Together, we can create a supportive network and make healthy living easier for everyone.